So this is scene 6.
And these hoes down to the dinner table. Let's see how they gonna argue this time.
Because it's always some arguing at the table. So the ladies are on the bus, first of all, headed to go get the dinner. And Marlo is best dressed tonight, as always. How did Marlo and Kenya end up wearing green just alike?
At least it's not as bad as Candy and Marlo wearing the same top last year in Jamaica.
Right.
It's crazy. No, we didn't. No. Oh my God.
Can I get one moment of peace with this woman not being in my business or stealing out my closet?
Hell no. No one ever tells me what Candy is wearing.
It's a crazy coincidence.
And what's crazy, Candy? Oh, it's so pretty. It's beginning to feel like the holidays.
Beautiful, Sheree.
Gorgeous. Yeah, wonderful.
This is a big venue.
Hi, darling. Put in your robe. Chest all out. Why are we seeing so much chest, sir?
Ooh.
So then he said, we ain't never been this long without having sex. Make sure you think about me tonight. Got some catching up to do. You're going to be a porn star.
So Sheree talked to Martell on the bus, and we did not get to see that scene. That's the type of shit they be taking out. When they showed us nothing in that transition scene of them on the bus, they could have at least showed us Sheree on the phone with Martell, but they did not show us that. Martell saying they ain't had sex in a long time. It's the longest they done gone without having sex. I was like, damn, Martell sitting up there with his shirt off and everything. Sheree trying to get that pussy out the chop shop. So she can have some type of feel good down there in that pussy, okay?
My God!
Stop! Like, keep your hands to yourself. We've not been hooking up. The only thing I've been hooking up is the electricity in Chateau Sheree.
That pussy is in the chop shop. She's trying to get it up out of there. Y'all won't be
That
chopping this up.
motherfucker need a tune up, bitch. She said,
Right.
no, I'm not finna
And
do
new
this.
oil. And a new oil change.
The transmission is slipping, bitch.
Right.
I'm not doing this with him. No, bitch.
Why is Drew telling all of her business once again? This is the same thing she did when they were saying, Drew, Ralph, why don't you have on your ring? And da-da-da-da-da. And she started telling all their business about their in counseling and this and that. And she's always telling all of her fucking business. It never fails.
Candy and Drew, why y'all not wearing wedding rings?
You know, I never really put it on like that, to be honest with you.
Are you wearing yours?
Well,
And Drew, why you not wearing yours?
And then as I lost weight, we were having some issues, so I just never put it on. I stopped wearing it for me.
I am grieving.
It was fun. At first, mine wasn't fitting.
Okay.
After the babies, I should be wearing it. I'm sorry. But at marriage counseling that we just had, we made an agreement, which so for 30 days, we can't argue, attack each other, disrespect.
Wow. Well, good luck. Good luck.
they're gonna have to keep repeating this challenge for eternity.
7 year issue, we talked about that.
Yeah, okay.
Are you guys still in counseling?
Well, I'm in counseling. Ralph took a little pause. Yeah, it's a constant journey.
What would be your goals that needs to happen in your relationship?
We're sad that Ralph is not continuing to do the work because I don't feel like our problems just are going to go away. So I've been praying that he has a change of heart and he'll return back to counseling.
Sounds like something might be up with Mr. Ralph. But when is it not?
You guys want to do a toast?
Yes.
But she's selling her business again. She says that she's still in counseling. Ralph has stepped out of counseling. And I just think she should stop talking so much. She's always running her mouth. She said that somebody told her, I guess that the 8-year thing, the white guy that told her 8 years, then if they make it to 8 years and they made it, and she felt like, okay, we made it to 8 years, we made it. I think that it doesn't count in that last year if you guys are unhappy. If you file for divorce in 2030, but in 2029, you think back and you think about how unhappy you were, I think you need to count 2029 off and count that you guys were together 2028 and say that mentally by 2029, we had broken up. We had began our divorce by 2029. You know what I'm saying? That's how I think it should go.
You know,
don't be
I
trying
really
to count
feel
that
like-
next year as something special when the following year y'all file for divorce. Them 3 months or 6 months ain't make you file for divorce after being together for 10, 20 years.
To be honest
It's
with you,
a build-up.
I don't feel like you done made it until you get to 10 years or 15 years or 20
What the
years.
hell?
No, I'm serious because I feel like things. Just think about how you were when you were in grade school.
So you trying to say me and you ain't together? You don't.
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when you are in a relationship, I feel like people end up in relationships for a long period of time, and that may not necessarily mean that that's where they want to be at. But when you are in a relationship for 10, 15, 20 years, that you've proven that love is the centerpiece of the relationship is all I'm saying. We have been together for 10 years, so what are you saying?
You said 15 years, 20 years is when you feel like you made it. 10 years.
To be honest
It's
with you,
a build up.
I don't feel like you done made it until you get to 10 years or 15 years or 20
What the
years.
hell?
No, I'm serious because I feel like
They've been together 8 years. Them two.
I thought I said
They've been
10,
together
but
8 years. They've been together 8 years, and they only have. And I mean, they've been together 8 years, and they already have 2 children. That's a lot.
they got 3 children.
No, I'm talking about biological.
No, don't do that.
That's a lot. For a short period of time.
Todd was like, oh, I don't even know them damn kids. I know that's goddamn right, Todd. Shit.
That came to the table that time, right?
Just asking questions.
You were kind of directing it to Tanya.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, you did.
I have crab cakes as an appetizer.
That was me.
Here we
I
go.
had them too, but I don't know how she got hers and I didn't get mine.
I assumed hers was an appetizer.
Mine was an appetizer too.
Okay, 1 second. I'll grab it for you.
Okay, thank you.
If you use the restroom one more time. Get it back into these hands or a situation. Exactly. Oh, you want a mojito too?
He just bought it. Is that yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Did Kia really just try to steal my drink? Nothing is safe with these ladies, not even a damn cocktail.
Drew tells Marlo to find out if she can pass a drug test, which was super shady.
I think that's only fair to this group of ladies to know who is telling the truth.
Why don't you worry about you and your legal affairs? Worry about you and if you're able to pass a drug test. Do y'all think she can pass a drug test?
Probably not. I gotta go and figure out my fake name. I gotta go figure out my taxes are not paid.
You about tax?
Drew feelings was very hurt.
Can she?
With this whole kissing LaToya thing and recording thing, and she's already going through not being able to trust Ralph, be in Vegas, and some girl was oiling his body down, and all of that. Like, she is emotional right now, and so she's just throwing out stuff. She ain't never, I've never heard, we have never heard, Marlo has never been associated with drugs. Not even if you look in her record, she's been associated with thievery and stealing.
Because there is nobody else on that couch that is willing to form a close enough relationship with that lisping thief in order for her to have as much camera time as she has had being friends with Indy. Please don't get it twisted.
But never once have she been and cutting a bitch in the face.
It's gonna be something. Now, you know, at that fight episode, I don't think Marlo was allowed to be there because, you know, that hoe be having razor blades and shit in her clutch. Yes, honey. While most girls walking around with tampons and red lipstick, Marlo got jujitsu knives in hers. Work out, honey. She'll cut a bitch. You better check her charges. Anyway, that's a girl. I'm finna.
But never once has she been associated with drugs. Neither one of these ladies on this show has
But you
never
know what?
been.
That cocaine make
So
your
what
tongue
made
kind
her?
of numb sometimes, so maybe that's
Girl,
what
please.
happened.
Drew big head ass, long chin ass came out of nowhere with this shit.
You can Google that, baby. Your husband's in technology. It's public information. Whenever we have foreclosures or liens,
You don't know anything about my husband.
you can Google all of that, sweetheart. I'm so tired of these bitches talking about my money. Drew, if you just got past the 7-year itch, why are you still scratching?
Keep my name out your mouth.
Truce the door, truce the door.
Why don't you worry about you and your legal affairs? Because don't you have cousin Courtney working on some expunging of your case? That's what you need to focus
Please,
on.
everyone, pull up my charges. It's not expunged.
You got a lot of things that you need to.
And I told y'all already that Marlo and Kenya are just alike, okay? Because Kenya did Portia the same way. Portia.
Send it to me first. Don't say my name. Portia. Marsha. Keep my name out of your mouth. I mean, it's so stupid at this point.
After she told her, I think that's the time I'm talking about. I think that's not. Maybe it's
Yeah,
another
that was
time.
in Louisiana.
Then part 2, they go to a commercial, they come back. So I consider this part 2 of scene 6 because we're still in the same scene. Drew and Marlo is arguing, and the arguing is getting real petty. They arguing like some little petty kids because Drew always take the argument to a petty level.
When it came to my husband, I did open up to you
But that's
about
what
it.
I'm saying, but you're not
because
letting
it's
me
something that we
talk.
cannot even
Can
speak
just try
about.
to talk.
Okay, so I don't know how to address you. Drew, why the hell are you singing?
And to be arguing with Marlo, she know how to be very petty, and she will take the argument to a petty level as well. So Marlo says karma is getting people together, while arguing with Drew, it seemed like she was throwing Kenya under the bus, throwing Kenya in the argument in some way by saying karma is getting people together, bad things are happening to bad people or something like that. And so Monyetta is like, speaking of karma, Courtney said what she said about karma biting you in the ass. That's why you failed.
Right. I'm done. I said it. You're right. I said karma is real.
Said what you said, and what you said was some bullshit.
Okay, and you are bullshit. And everything you say shows your character, which is poor evil, and I don't have to defend it.
I've never done
so
anything
everybody
to you.
can make
I've
their own
never done
assessment
anything
and
to you.
judgment about it. Okay.
And Kenya really felt a way about that, so she recycled some shade that Jay always said Kenya is the queen of recycling shade. The bitch said, and what you said was some bullshit.
You said what you said, and what you said was some bullshit. She put it all together. Huh?
Girl, that was Nene. That was so Nene and so Candy. So please step away, okay? Not Kenya. That was not for Kenya.
Last year, I need you to come up with something very new, honey. Gone with the Wind Fabrics is clearly gone, and so is Walter. Get you something new, girl. Go to hell, Nene.
Courtney is gathering Kenya together, and Kenya is chewing it right up. I feel like it's not like Kenya is it's hurting Kenya at all. Kenya is really, she got tough skin. The bitch is taking this shit and spitting shit right back out at Courtney. And I think this is why Courtney will probably be here next season. Courtney gave Kenya what Kenya was not expecting, and if you can stick around with Kenya, then you can quite possibly hold a peach. That's how I think Andy thinks.
Okay, Courtney, I'm done with you.
Keep falling and busting your ass and being mean, and then you'll fix it.
That's funny, see? You are the dark cloud. Nobody likes you. I like you, Courtney. You're irrelevant to me.
And you're relevant to me.
Oh my God. We're not getting anywhere. We're not going anywhere with this. This has been an exhausting day. At this point, I'm over it. I'm hangry. And we didn't even order our entrees. I'm ready to go back to the hotel. Matter of fact, take me back to the chateau.
I'm gonna send you my t-shirt. Today has drained me. Today drained me.
Thanks for watching. Please, be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell so you can be notified every time we go live, post a video, or post a post. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Also, check out our podcast everywhere podcasts can be heard. iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and more. Just search The Urban Binge Radio wherever you prefer to hear your podcasts. Follow us on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, plus more, at The Urban Binge. Oh yeah, and don't forget to subscribe to both our channels, at Rebel TV and at Rebel TV 2, for more exciting reviews, fun vlogs, short films, and more.